I consider in this video some problems on improper integrals, and first problem is discuss the convergence of 0 to infinity dx by 1 plus x into root x. It is mixed type of improper integral because one end is infinity, it is a first kind, and 0 is a point of discontinuity here. 0 is point of discontinuity. Why 0 is discontinuity? Because if you have substitute x is 0, it becomes unbounded. In this case, we write dx by 1 plus x into root x is equal to 0 to 1 dx by 1 plus x into root x plus 1 to infinity dx by root x into 1 plus x. Take this as 1. This is the procedure. Now, in this case, 0 is the point of discontinuity, so we consider convergence at 0. Convergence at 0. We use definition here because primitives can be easily obtained here. 1 upon 1 plus x root x can be easily integrated. So this is first type of problem. We use definition. What is the definition? Let pi of epsilon is 0 plus epsilon, means epsilon to 1 dx by 1 plus x into root x. How to integrate this? To integrate, this is the substitution. Take root x is equal to t. So 1 upon 2 root x dx is dt, or 1 upon root x dx is 2 dt. 2 dt. So we integrate only this, we obtain only primitive. Next consider the limits. So integration dx by 1 plus x into root x is, we consider only indefinite integral. 1 upon root x dx is, or dx by root x is 2 dt. So 2 dt upon 1 plus t square, because here x is equal to t square by this substitution, and dx by root x is 2 dt. What is this? 2 tan inverse of t. 2 tan inverse of, what is t? T is equal to root x. Therefore it is 2 tan inverse x, 2 tan inverse root x from epsilon to 1. We have integrated, we have obtained the integration first. Now integration is 2 tan inverse root x, limit is epsilon to 1. It is therefore 2 tan inverse 1 minus 2 tan inverse root epsilon. What is this? Pi of epsilon. Now when we say that improper integral converges, if limit pi of epsilon tends to 0 exists, then we say that improper integral converges. So we take limit pi of epsilon tends to 0. It is limit epsilon tends to 0 to, what is tan inverse 1? Pi by 4 minus 2 tan inverse root epsilon. So it is pi by 2 minus tan inverse, take epsilon tends to 0 now, it becomes 2 tan inverse 0 is 0. Therefore it is pi by 2. Take this as 2. So it converges at 0. Next we take convergence at infinity. Convergence at infinity. For that we have, let pi of t is integral 1 to t, it is 1 to t dx by 1 plus x into root x. Take this as pi of t. Now when you say that 1 to infinity dx by 1 plus x root x converges, if limit pi of t tends to infinity exists, then we say that it converges at infinity. Since we have already obtained the primitive here, what is the integration? 2 tan inverse root x, limit is from 1 to t. Therefore 2 tan inverse root t minus tan inverse 1 to t it is. Am I correct here? First substitute t, then 1. It is therefore 2 tan inverse root t minus, what is tan inverse 1? Pi by 4. Now take limit t tends to infinity. T tends to infinity of pi of t is 2 into tan inverse infinity minus pi by 4. You know the value of tan inverse infinity as t tends to infinity, tan inverse t becomes pi by 2 minus pi by 4. So it is 2 into pi by 4 or pi by 2. So it is finite. It is finite. Therefore it converges at infinity also. Therefore it converges at infinity. Now this is 3. From 1 to 3, given improper integral converges. Given improper integral converges. This is the procedure. I think all of you followed the procedure. How to find or how to discuss the convergence of improper integrals. Let me take one more problem. Problem is, discuss the convergence of, one more problem, discuss the convergence of integral 0 to pi dx by 1 plus cos x, and next one minus 1 to infinity dx by square root of x into 1 plus x. Discuss the convergence. Next is minus infinity to infinity dx by x into 1 plus x square. 0 to 1 log x dx, and minus 2 to 2 dx by x square into 1 minus x. These are some problems. Let me discuss the problems one by one. The first problem is, discuss the convergence of this 0 to pi dx by 1 plus cos x. 0 to pi dx by 1 plus cos x. I take this first problem. Here, what are the discontinuities here? Here, 0 is not a point of discontinuity. In between 0 and pi, only pi is the point of discontinuity. Point of infinite discontinuity. Pi is the point of discontinuity. Why pi becomes discontinuity? Because when cos x is pi, cos pi is minus 1, and it becomes unbounded. Denominator becomes 0 means it is unbounded. So pi is the only point of infinite discontinuity. It is the only point. Now therefore we use definition here. Let pi of t, pi of epsilon is, we use definition here, converging at right hand point it is. You have studied converging at left hand point, right hand point, both end points, converging at infinity, minus infinity, mixed improper integrals, so on. Now this is the improper integral converging at right end point. So we write 0 to pi minus epsilon dx by 1 plus cos x. Now primitive can be easily obtained here. It is, how to obtain the primitive? Simple integral, it is dx upon 1 plus cos x 2 cos square 2 cos square x by d. So it is 1 upon 2 0 to pi minus epsilon 1 upon cos square is secant square x by 2 dx. Secant square x by 2. Now it is standard form. What is the integration of secant square x by 2? Secant square x by 2 is tan x by 2 upon 1 by 2 0 to pi minus epsilon. This cancels. It is tan of pi minus epsilon upon 2 minus tan of 0. What is this? Pi of epsilon. If limit pi of epsilon tends to 0 exists, then we say that it converges. Take the limit law. Limit pi of epsilon tends to 0 is limit epsilon tends to 0 tan of pi minus epsilon by 2, because second term is 0, tan 0 is 0. It is, take epsilon 0, you get tan pi by 2. What is tan pi by 2? Infinity. Tan pi by 2 is infinity. So what's your conclusion? Conclusion is this integral, given integral does not converge. Does not converge. That is the conclusion. I hope all of you followed the solution, and you have to try some more examples. In this video, I consider some more examples on improper integrals. I take these two problems. Discuss the convergence of these two integrals, minus 1 to infinity dx by root x into 1 plus x. Now, in this case, minus 1 is point of discontinuity. Why minus 1 is point of discontinuity? Because when x is minus 1, this function becomes unbounded. And 0 is also a point of discontinuity. 0 lies between minus 1 and infinity. This is also a point of discontinuity. Therefore, there are 2 points of discontinuities, minus 1 and 0, and another end, that is the right end, is infinity. Here 0 and minus 1 are the points of discontinuities, points of infinite discontinuities. Therefore we write integral minus 1 to infinity dx by root x into 1 plus x as it has minus 1 to minus half, minus 1 to minus half dx by square root of x into 1 plus x plus minus half to 0 plus 0 to 1 plus 1 to infinity. Take this as 1. Because both ends should not be the infinite discontinuities. Therefore, we have taken minus 1 to minus half, not minus 1 to 0. If both ends are infinite discontinuities, then again we have to take one more point between minus 1 and 0. Therefore, we have taken minus half. Now, if all these four converge according to the definitions that we have discussed earlier, this improper integral converges. Now, we consider the cases one by one. Convergence at minus 1. Convergence at minus 1. First, we have to obtain the primitive dx by root x plus root of x into 1 plus x. So first I obtain the primitive. For that, consider x into 1 plus x. It is equal to x square plus x. We have to make this perfect square. That means we have to express in the standard form. X square plus x plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. Now it is perfect square. X plus 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 2 square. We can express this as x plus 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 2 square. Therefore, let pi of epsilon is minus 1 plus epsilon 2 minus half dx upon square root of x into 1 plus x. It is therefore minus 1 plus epsilon 2 minus half dx upon square root of x plus half square minus half square. Follow this step. Because we have simplified like this, x into 1 plus x is x plus half square minus half square. We have reduced to standard form. It is therefore, now we have to use this integral, standard integral. Dx by root x square minus a square is, it is log of x plus root x square minus a square, or it is cos h inverse x by a. This is the formula. Verify this. Log x plus root x square minus a square, or cos h inverse x by a. So what is the integral? Log of x plus root x square minus log of x means we have x plus half here. X plus half plus root of x plus half square minus half square. Minus half square. Now we have to take the limit. It is pi of epsilon. Limit is from minus 1 plus epsilon to minus half. Minus 1 epsilon to minus half. Now simplifying we get, simplifying means take the limit. It is log of x plus half plus square root of, see what is x plus half square minus half square? It is x into 1 plus x. So I write this as root x into 1 plus x. Limit is minus 1 plus epsilon to minus half. Therefore, log of, say, substitute here. First x is minus half, you get 0 plus root of minus half into 1 minus half. Minus half into 1 minus half. Minus log of minus 1 plus epsilon plus half plus root of minus 1 plus epsilon into minus 1 plus epsilon into 1 plus minus 1 plus epsilon. This is by taking values minus half and minus 1 plus epsilon. But see here, log of it is minus half into half. Minus half into half. So it is minus 1 by 4. Is it correct? X is minus half. So minus half minus plus half 0. Minus half into 1 minus half. Minus half into half is minus 1 by 4, which does not exist. Now we take the limit. Take limit pi of epsilon as epsilon tends to 0 is a limit of this quantity. Limit of this quantity. But here, since one term is log of this, what is that? Log of minus half into half minus 1 by 4. Log of negative quantity is not real, so this doesn't exist. which does not exist, because log of negative quantity or negative real number is not defined. Therefore, given improper integral does not converge. That is the conclusion. Does not converge. I think I will follow this. This is first type of problem. As I already told repeatedly, first type means primitives can be easily obtained. They are called first type of problem. You may come across next problems where primitives cannot be easily obtained. There we require certain tests that you will study later. I take one more example. What is that? Discuss the convergence of integral 0 to 1 log of x dx. 0 to 1 log x. Now why it is improper? It is improper because 0 is the point of discontinuity here. Point of infinite discontinuity. Why 0 is the point of discontinuity? Because log 0 is not defined. Log 0 is minus infinity. So function is log x is not bounded at 0. And also 0 is the only point of discontinuity here. So it is converging at left hand point. How do you write here? We take phi of epsilon is to discuss the convergence. Let phi of epsilon is epsilon to 1 log of x dx. Now primitive can be easily obtained. What is the integration of log x? How do you find integration of log x? That is required now. Integration of log x is by parts. We write integration of log x as log x into 1 and apply by parts. You know what is integration of by parts? Integration of product of two functions is first function, integration of second, integration of second, derivative of first. I take x here, function is, it is variable is x, d by dx of first. This is called, or this is rule to integrate product of two functions. Now I take log x is first function, this is second function, apply by parts. What do you get? First function, integration of 1 is x minus integration of 1, second function is x, d by dx of log x. D by dx of log x. So it is integration of log x is x into log x minus integration of 1 dx. Because, write one more step here, x into d by dx of log x is 1 upon x. First we obtain the primitive like this. Log x, how do we integrate? Log x into 1, apply integration by parts, we get this x log x minus, what is integration of 1 dx? X. So integration of x log x is x log x minus x. It is x log x minus x, limit is from epsilon to 1. Limit is from epsilon to 1. Now I continue here. Pi of epsilon is therefore 1 log 1 minus 1 minus of epsilon log epsilon minus epsilon minus of epsilon log epsilon minus epsilon. But what is log 1? 0. Therefore minus 1 plus epsilon minus epsilon log epsilon. What is this? This is only pi of epsilon it is. Now, when you say that improper integral converges, if limit of this as epsilon tends to 0 exists. So we have to take limit now. limit pi of epsilon tends to 0 is limit epsilon tends to 0 minus 1 plus epsilon minus epsilon log epsilon. Now you have to take this limit as epsilon tends to 0. Now here limit of constant is constant plus 0 it is minus limit epsilon tends to 0 epsilon into log epsilon. Now this limit is important because it is indeterminate form. In earlier classes, in previous semesters, you have studied this as a separate topic. Indeterminate forms. How to evaluate the limits on indeterminate form. Now which form it is? It is 0 into infinity form. 0 into infinity because log 0 is minus infinity. Now procedure is we reduce this to either 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity form and use L'Hospital's rule. So it is indeterminate. We have to use L'Hospital's rule. So we like this. We will proceed like this. Limit epsilon tends to 0 log epsilon upon 1 upon epsilon. So this step important. Write epsilon log epsilon as log epsilon upon 1 by epsilon. Now it is infinity by infinity form. So we can apply L'Hospital's rule. We can apply L'Hospital's rule. What does L'Hospital's rule states? It is minus 1 minus limit epsilon tends to 0 1 upon epsilon minus 1 upon epsilon square. You have to differentiate this numerator and denominator separately. Limit of this is limit of derivative of this upon derivative of this. That is L'Hospital's rule. It is therefore minus 1 plus the limit epsilon tends to 0 of epsilon. Simplify this. What is this? Minus 1. So what's your conclusion? Pi of epsilon as epsilon tends to 0 exists. Therefore, the given improper integral converges. This converges. Try to solve some more examples. I have only taken some important problems and also different types of problems. To try to solve some more examples. Next concept is we consider positive integrand. Test for convergence. Positive integrand. Now we consider the integral a to b fx dx when fx is positive. We consider fx is positive first. Now we consider the criteria for a to b fx dx to converge, and in this case we derive certain tests here because always this integral fx may not exist, or it is not easy to find out the primitive. In that case, we have to use certain tests. We consider that one. First, we state some rules or theorems which are applicable to only positive integrands. Then we consider absolute convergence. Absolute convergence gives the application of these two even negative integrals also. Negative integrands also. Now first is necessary and sufficient condition. Necessary and sufficient condition for integral a to b fx dx to converge. Here fx is always positive. The condition is like this: necessary and sufficient conditions for a to b fx dx to converge at a at A is that there exists K, means positive here, K positive real number, because fx is positive here, such that a plus epsilon to b fx dx is less than k. It is less than k. For all x belongs to A. Understand the concept important here. Necessary and sufficient condition for the improper integral a to b fx dx to converge at A, that is important, at A is there exists positive real number k, so that a plus epsilon to b fx dx is less than k. Now, what is the reason for this? Reason is b is greater than a here and fx is positive. Therefore, a plus epsilon to b fx dx is monotonically it is b. If you integrate this, limit is you have to take from a plus epsilon to b. Therefore, it is monotonically increasing. Why it is monotonically increasing? Because you have to integrate fx and take the limit from a plus epsilon to b. It is monotonically increasing it is, and tend to finite limit. Monotonically increasing as epsilon is decreasing. Get the point here. A plus epsilon to be fx dx is monotonically increasing as epsilon is decreasing, because we take epsilon tends to 0 here. Epsilon becomes less and less. This a plus epsilon to be fx dx is increasing and tend to finite limit when it is bounded. It tends to finite limit if and only it is bounded. Therefore, a plus epsilon to b fx dx must be less than t. Proof is quite simple and straightforward. The result is important. Necessary and sufficient condition for a to b fx dx to converge is there exists k such that a plus epsilon to b fx dx is less than t. This is because a plus epsilon to b fx dx is monotonically increasing as epsilon is decreasing, and monotonically increasing function tends to a finite limit if and only if it is bounded above. Therefore, this is the necessary and sufficient